Just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. He'll keep it on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On 3rd down, going up top. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. The run from the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the tackle at the 24, but from inside the 10 to across the 20 on the pickup of 15.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Got the back over the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And I love the angle route, whether it's man or zone. If you throw it with timing and you wait for it to develop, most of the time it's going to come open. Great job by the quarterback seeing it, hitting the running back.
The Sooners are marching down the field. They'll leave it with him. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to throw, it's Cantrell. Makes the grab. There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
The Sooners with the 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Looking to the big tight end. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Incomplete. And, man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Sooners decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. And the ball will bounce and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. From the gun, the ground game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Throws for the tight end. Hauls it in. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look at it, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
They'll leave it with the lone back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll run it from the gun. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. A low line drive and not his best work. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, breaks into the open. Can't get him to the ground. And without that spin move, I'm not sure he would have gone very far at all, but a solid pickup on the play.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Grab near the sticks. It's Vaughn. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him thinking I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
Power football with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Keeps it on the draw. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Back to throw, it's Cantrell. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. And now on second down for this offense. Now the play fake. Fires to the tight end. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense gets set for second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field. Third possession, they've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical third down, forcing an incompletion.
Punt is on its way. And he's going to get it up to about the 9-yard line before he's brought down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Give to the running back. Turning it on! And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Mississippi State right back to the line.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Puts it out of the air. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Wants to throw on third down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They're working that left side. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understanding they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play, the defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Finds him out of the backfield. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the tailback. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll send the back in motion. Out of the shotgun on third down. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Here's the pressure. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The offense basically has the whole field in front of them, backed up close to their own end zone. They'll run it from the gun. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on an RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Dropping back, it's Cantrell. Quickly complete. Oh, he's got some space. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The defense blows up the ISO play by getting penetration right up the middle, and that forces the negative play.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. They'll throw it to the back on the screen.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Quickly out to the tight end. The Sooners get enough for the 1st down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the 1st.
Leaves it with the back. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Finds the tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Hold.
A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. 3rd down has been right in the wheelhouse on this drive. They've already converted a couple of times, but they need the full 10 yards now. Back to throw, it's Cantrell. Bought a little time, lets it go. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the Sooners send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. To the ground with the back. This guy runs with some attitude, discarding tacklers and works his way to the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Street. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. They just keep firing. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The play action fake. Got his man quickly. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule, and what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. They'll run play action. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball is caught in the back of the end zone, but the officials are signaling incomplete. He was out of bounds. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Splits the uprights, it's good. This is now a 7-point game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin.